A, going to fall off, look sloppy, look nasty. Roll without it. If it's not something that's completely, conducive. If I walked out there without some of my belt stuff, I could just come out here in the jumpsuit. Right. This is falling apart. It's falling off me. I had to fix it over there with some tape if anybody saw me.
Oh, yeah.
I fixed it. If that fell off of me, guess what? I don't need it. I'll just go with the holster. That's cool. The little thing inside of it, that's fine. Throw it in the bag. We'll sort it out later.
Right.
I'm not going to sit over there and, I'm over there in the corner. They're going to see that. Then I'm going to end up doing something that looks like what I did, which is kind of sloppy.
Right.
And you're going to go in there, and if they are nitpicking you for little intricate details, then you're going to get essentially dinged for it, I guess, in your overall point scheme.
Things have to be assembled somehow.
Right.
It's just a choice of how you decide to do it.
Yeah.
Just try to do the best you can with what you're doing.
Right. And they don't know what it's like before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if you ever have anything falling apart, definitely don't rush. Just, if you can, if you have the materials, put it together. This is actually, I know Liam has a similar kit with more intricate stuff in it, but this is my kit. I call it the OS kit, because usually you say that as something falls off of your gear, and I have it for our group. And
we can do a whole panel just on that.
Right.
Oh, mine's actually a big kit this big, and I can plug it in.
Yeah.
Mine's a separate duffel.
It's actually in the TARDIS right now.
I carry it in a small bag usually. So
Yeah.
I have the intricate things, screwdrivers, duct tape, electrical tape, spare batteries, spare screws when they fall off this thing. There you go. Everyone has their own. Everybody has their own, and if you don't, make one. Even if it's a Ziploc bag full of just small things, just something that you need to get by. Safety pins, anything you need just to get by.
When putting all of this stuff together, I grew up with glue, the little glue.
Like a hot glue gun?
Yeah, the glue is not pretty easy, so.
That can. There are other things. Now, there's one that I tried to experiment on, and it actually does hold up as long as you don't yank at it. They have adhesive glue strips where you can actually, you cut it out, and one half of it is kind of sort of sticky enough to kind of hold its own on there, so you don't have to make sure everything's perfect. You put it where you need it to go, put your other fabric on there, and then you can iron right over it on, I think, the cotton setting or whatever.
Here's another, secret. There's different grades of hot glue. There's craft hot glue up to industrial hot glue. And they use the high temp guns for that. I used to work assembling lightsabers for ultra sabers. So anybody who's ultra sabers, I'm ultra Liam. You have to use the industrial grade hot glue.
Yeah, so it's definitely
that holds really good.
In the back.
It's on the topic of being judged and stuff. So I watched Heroes of Cosplay.
I'm sorry
too.
My bad. That came from a dark place.
That's a dramatization.
Yeah.
That is what that is. It does take that. If that's where you were going with it, I'm sorry to cut you off on your main question, but it sounds like that's where you were headed with it. Is that how the world works in cosplay?
Nah.
Well,
no.
Sometimes.
To a degree, in some instances, some people feel that.
There's an old saying that we had back in the 80s. It doesn't matter that you've spent $1,000 putting together your most screen-accurate costume that it's taken you 2 years to make, and you lost a finger. You're going to lose to the naked girl painted blue with a Cheerio glued to her forehead.
Yeah,
it happens.
I was just wondering, because when they went up and the judges, they were nitpicking them, and they said, "Oh, I didn't make this. I already had this," and they got dinged for it.
That's mostly the TV show, because they have to have some. Okay, you wouldn't watch one of those reality TV shows, the Kardashians, if they just sat around and drank coffee the whole day. There's got to be some kind of drama. That part, I believe, that's kind of forced drama. They want to make it, and unfortunately, people that were cosplaying legitimately that day probably felt like they were kind of shoved aside and belittled in their costumes, which that sucks.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
If there's a competition for workmanship, craftsmanship, that's going to be something separate from just the masquerade. And if you try to pass off something that you clearly bought, and the judges generally know everybody now, so they know who made what. And if you're going to say you made something that somebody else clearly made, then that's going to be a problem.
And everyone kind of has their own signature style as well, so you can probably see it a mile.
Most of the cosplay contests to touch on that is completely on its own topic, but definitely related to DIY. If you show up with a DIY versus somebody that got like a $3,000 commission costume, most judges, I would say the happy medium across the board. If you're doing something that's either A, very popular right now, so if you walked in here with a Stranger Things costume, you're winning in my book, I'm sorry. But it's about A, you're touching on the heartstrings of that judge's interest. So if you came in here as a character from Blade or a Ghostbuster, or you came in here from, what was that anime, something?
Attack on Titan. Undertale?
Yeah, that one. That one. The one that I don't know.
Ask again.
One with the guy that does the thing.
He has the face and he talks. That one. Everybody knows that one.
It's like
Okay.
this.
So you come in, that's a part of the takeaway of a cosplay contest. You have that, if you know the judges, sometimes they won't pick you. Just because, this kid over here, he put his heart and soul, has no idea who we are, and this other guy, we hang out with him on a weekly basis. I'm going to pick you because we're buddies, we're pals.
Right.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to
You
pick
don't
the
want
one
to
that.
Right. That's not fair.
So know that if you know the judges, you're not going to go in there like, oh man, Liam's on the panel. This is going to be good. He loves Ghostbusters and we're friends. This is going to be great. And then I show up and he's like, next.
I hate everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of the it's kind of a hit or miss to really give you like a fine tune. This is the algorithm for a cosplay contest.
Right.
But generally speaking, make your costume, take pride in it. At the end of the day, if people were asking you for pictures, then you did your job. Who cares what a panelist says?
Exactly.
So then,
Above all,
you want you guys to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Oh, me. Hi. I guess everyone kind of has their niche with their stuff. My thing is mainly sewing. Sewing is the one that is the medium that I'm most comfortable with when it comes to cosplay and stuff like that. Taking old things and kind of making it into something new, or just taking the fabric itself and just kind of working with that. To go ahead and touch on the leather jackets, a lot of the higher end stuff. What I've done is that to go ahead and pull from stuff, I usually thrift. And I usually go to the richer counties and go to those Goodwills because you know they're giving up good stuff. You mean
Hartford County?
It's a great
right,
day.
exactly. No fun burning for man.
You mean
Right, exactly. So I go to the more higher end ones where you know there's people there that are just buying condos just because it's fun. That type of stuff where they're not saying, oh man, I'm paying some digits for how many things that I'm doing around me. I go to those areas, like Severna Park.
Severna Park, yeah.
Exactly. Annapolis, all that kind of stuff. I get my higher end stuff there that I can go ahead and I can buy for cheap. Or sometimes they have the dramatic thrift stores down there too, which is fun as well. Buy like a million stuff from there so I can go ahead and I can gut it without having to really hurt my wallet.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I go to the Value Village on Ritchie Highway and I can find cashmere, like like nobody's business, but the not so much. So I'll just
Oh yeah.
I'll
Go hit the rich
The
places.
Glenbury
Yeah.
area, my area. You can probably get some nice antique things because there's a lot of the older generation that's unfortunately passing and giving it to the Goodwill, whether it's their
So if
grandkids
you're
or
looking for
something.
like antique teacups or something like that, if that's
Not so much
like
for the fancy
black buffalo or
clothing,
something.
you're not looking for
Napkins.
leather jackets and things like that.
Exactly. Like there are times where like I found like 3 T-shirts and I turned that into chitara and stuff like that. So you can find different types of stuff that you can utilize to bring it back. And then when it comes to a lot of cosplaying and sewing like that, there are mainly only a few basic shapes that you really need to know to go ahead and get started. And it's like with mine now, actually the top was made with one of my favorite dresses that I use for work. I actually just turned that inside out, took some newspaper print that I bought from Blick, and I just traced the different sections, added a half an inch.
Instead of using paper, you just go to Home Depot and get.
It was free.
You could go to Walmart and get a clear shower liner.
Oh yeah.
Lay that over it and use a Sharpie to draw right on where the seams are.
I'll be real. It was like my Chardonnay was in my hand. Right there. So
And then scissors.
I've used GIF exactly. I've used I've used newspaper print. I've used old canvas if I know I'm going to be utilizing it for more than one. Because there are times where I've taken the same pattern and I've made 3 different dresses for that same weekend, just to go ahead and cut down on time. Especially when I know that there's a certain pattern that I know that I will like that really accentuates my body shape. And this was definitely one that I like to use. But I also use this one for my Madoka top and a couple of other ones. So it's literally just, I took my favorite dress, flipped it inside out, took the newspaper print, and then I traced all the different shapes out. It takes some time, but that way I didn't have to go out and buy the specific pattern for a specific thing. You go and no. And then the bottom is just a circle skirt, which is one of the most easiest skirts to make. If you ever plan on doing anything with a dress, I know he does. That's why we're friends. Exactly. Like from if you can cut a circle out of a fabric and then a smaller one to fit your waist, you can go far. I'm talking every anime schoolgirl, Madoka Magica. Like when you look at them, you see them fly around with those beautiful flowy skirts in the air. Circle skirt.
Another thing that the clear liner show or rib liner used as a pattern can help with is if you're trying to match up prints on fabric.
Oh yeah.
So you can see through it where the fabric prints are going to be on the edges of your pattern. That helps a lot.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But also sheets, like if you're going to the thrift store, they often have sheets there that you can just
Exactly.
pick
They have
one
old
as for a
sheets
couple
there.
bucks
They
and
actually sell
use that,
like
yeah.
old bedding or stuff like that.
Some of them already
Right,
have
yeah,
blood
right.
on it.
Go ahead.
So, forgive me, I'm gonna have to leave this.
Not a problem.
But before I do, I have a knit, like something I wanna like adjust, just like a regular shirt. But it's like a knit shirt, you know, it's a shirt.
Yeah.
But I want it to look like, is there any way to make it look like leather or like, not like shiny leather, but like, like more natural?
Distressed.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is there any way to do something to it to make it look like that?
To kind of make it more fit to your frame more than anything else? What type of...
You mean to make the fabric look like leather?
Right.
Is there any way to do that? But I mean like the
Seriously, try it. We'll see.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. It's like,
We had somebody that did Scarlet from G.I. Joe.
yeah.
That just took literally like a leotard, we painted it with this, and suddenly it was leather.
Right, yeah, bro.
Okay.
Close enough.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Who are you cosplaying?
I'm Aurora from the new Voltron. I got
Yep.
so obsessed with it, I kind of burned through it. Yeah, I saw that as soon as she came out from like her chamber. I just looked at my boyfriend. I kind of grabbed his face. I'm like, I need to be. Wow. And he's just like, this is what happened with Garnet, isn't it? Like, yes. You go into the craft room, like, yeah. So yeah, that's basically what
I'll
happened.
see you in 3 weeks.
He comes in there every once in a
Slide pizza
while.
under the
He's
door.
like, you need to eat. It's breakfast time. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Leave the bottle of wine by the door.
Just throw the phone in.
Yes.
Who is Liam dressed up as?
Liam, who are you?
I am Whistler from the movie Blade.
Yep.
We actually have the Blade Brotherhood here today. There's about 5, 6 of us.
Your accent is from what country?
I was Scottish. Although I've really tried to lose as much as I could. If there's anything I've said that somebody says, what the hell did he just say? Come by and ask her because she can translate.
And there's no problem with Liam just taking over the panel. We're all just listening to
Right,
him. Like,
exactly.
we can listen to this man all day.
If I get too far into it, I can't do it. And this is going to be usually my ending thing. I've got a saying. It's like, you're doing make-believe wrong is never a true statement. So I ask you, can you dig it?
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! You got very WWE in here for a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
I came in a little late, so what's in that spray bottle to make things look like leather?
This is Duplicolor truck bed liner. Spray it on. It's what you would normally put inside of a pickup truck
Okay.
to protect the inside of the liner. This you can only really get at like AutoZone and Auto Supply Shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walmart carries a similar brand that's crap. This is the one that you want. You want the blue can, not the red can.
What's it called?
Red cans comes out real clumpy.
Truck bed liner.
Truck bed liner.
And what do you use that on?
Anything you want to preserve for a long time, because
prop weapons, costumes,
right,
accessories, armor.
Right. Like that's the fun thing about cosplayers. That's why you should never throw anything away in their craft room, because you never know what it could be used for.
It's important.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important. I'm going to use that.
That was my cardboard.
Doesn't scratch off.
Right.
All right.
And like I said before, this started out life. Yellow.
Yeah.
That's truck bed liner.
Truck bed liner.
Exactly.
Just mask off this beforehand.
Well, for safety, you should always have something that's orange or red so they don't think it's real.
Well, also, if you forget and you painted it,
Right.
Walmart, Home Depot has orange vinyl tape. You just run a bit of tape around it.
I have a BB gun that I got at Walmart that was absolutely black, and my husband's a police officer, and I'm sitting there going, why are they selling these guns that look exactly like the ones that you get in trouble for?
Right.
This is also fun.
It's really important.
Flashlight, $1 from Walmart, and a bit of stained glass paint, and I've got a UV light.
Ooh. And with that too, the prop guns, definitely make sure you disable them. I have a Deadpool costume, and both of my sidearms have to be disabled. The springs pulled out, the whole 9 yards, and even
Take
that.
the trigger off.
You have to make sure, and even with the trigger off, I have mine in holsters. You have to make sure that that has a very visible orange tip. As you can see, if you're painting this with the truck bed liner, wrap that up with some frog tape, something, make sure that that is completely visible, or repaint it with a brighter orange. You have to do that. That's just my little piece on that, because we're talking about BB guns.
It's all about safety. And then before I wrap up, go for it, Power Girl.
Yeah, so we've got about less than 10 minutes left, so I'll try to be quick. First of all, my name's Adam. I am not transgender. I get asked that occasionally. I'm just fun. I'm actually a major in the United States Air Force, so when I go to work, I'm wearing camo. I'm not wearing an easy,
Today.
I guess I'm the lone cross-dresser up here. I did that because I wanted the challenge of turning myself into something that I'm not. I wanted to see, can I physically make myself into a girl for it's called cross-playing. It's a portmanteau of cross-dressing and cosplay. And I'm doing this for fun because I want to see, can I legitimately turn myself into something that I do not look like? I like doing superhero stuff, and the advantage of superheroes, I heard a couple of jokers up here. A lot of superhero costumes. One, there have been so many versions of them over 60 to 70 years, you will probably find something that you can do. Number two, superhero costumes tend to be very baseline, okay? They tend to be one or two solid colors. You can easily go get a Zentai suit, a morph suit or something, and just build on top of it. Yeah, so in the case of Power Girl here, this was, the whole outfit here is probably about $100. The most expensive thing I have right now are either my boobs or my makeup that I'm wearing on my face. The cape here was probably $5 on Amazon. The wig was probably $10 to $15 on eBay. This is, the leotard that I'm wearing is from a dance store. So I just went and found one that fit my size. The belt, probably $5, found a belt buckle that matched it and glued it on top. So if you want to do superhero stuff, the boots, I got to talk about these, right? You know how hard it is to find size 16 women's shoes? I did it. Believe it or not, these were cheaper in my size with my huge 14-inch feet. But they're wonderful. If you want to do a superhero or something akin to that, it is very easy to just go on Google. The internet is your friend for cosplay. If you something you want to do, someone has probably already done it. So just go into Google, go into YouTube, and look up tutorials or something. You will find what you want to do, and you can copy what they've done and then build on top of that. So for superheroes, Power Girl in particular, okay? Those of you who know Power Girl know that she has a very distinct costume that has a very revealing hole somewhere. My wife was not willing to let me do that because we have a PG-13 household, okay? However, Power Girl has an alternate costume that looks similar to the classic one that looks like this. It's more of a leotard with, the hoop around the neck. So I said, okay, I'll do that version. This was all very easy for me to just go on Google and look at what she looked like and get a basic leotard. I found some gloves from a seller who makes Renaissance clothing. Found the pinky boots on Amazon. It was very easy to put this together. So you guys want to do the Joker? Go look up on Google Joker costumes or Joker variations. The Joker's been around since 1940.
Yeah.
He has done so many costumes, he will find a version that you can do.
Exactly.
What other superheroes out there do you guys want to do?
I've been the Joker. You can talk to me afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to do Deadpool's got a very elaborate costume, but you can probably find a red morph suit and just build on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
They actually sell one that is a morph suit of Deadpool, where the belts and everything are
And then
already
just build
made
on
out.
top of that, exactly. The other thing that I'll talk about is makeup, and you guys want to do the Joker, you're going to have to do makeup, okay? I've had to teach myself makeup. I am a dude. I don't know how to do makeup, okay? Step number one, if you're a guy who wants to do makeup, talk to a girl.
Yeah.
Hey, you got cooties.
Step number two. Right?
Wear gloves.
Step number two, if you want to do makeup, watch some tutorials on YouTube, okay? Go to YouTube. If you want to do Joker makeup, go into YouTube and type in Joker makeup. Because there are so many pieces and components to makeup. You've got foundation, you've got powder, you've got mascara, eyeliner.
Set your makeup.
Your
This
best
is when I hook you. I don't want gray stuff all over my cosplay.
Your best friend for makeup is baby powder. Okay?
Yep.
Last year for Halloween, I did a witch. I painted most of myself green. Okay. You will get sweaty in makeup all night. I had a little Hitler mustache that kept forming on my lip because it kept melting right here. This was the hottest part of my skin. I had to keep running back inside and putting on more because I forgot to put on baby powder. So if you guys are going to do the Joker, put on your makeup and then add some baby powder on top of that. It will help hold it in. It will help keep you dry. Okay. We'll take some questions on makeup if you have those. But I see this young lady's had her hand up forever, so I want to give credit to